What's up everyone, it's Natalie here, and today I am filming a very exciting video. Things have definitely changed since I last filmed this exact same video last year, and it is my streams of income video. You guys really seem to like when I talk about my finances, talk about money, talk about how I budget, and I'm really gonna try to incorporate way more of those this year because I know how much you guys like them. And now that we're kind of in a new normal, I think it's a little bit more interesting with how I spend my money because we're still in a pandemic, so I am still not out and about. I'm not traveling, I'm not spending money on flights, I'm not really going out anymore, so I think it's gonna be interesting to do like budgeting videos, what I spend in a week, those types of videos. So if you guys do like them and you guys want to see those, then you guys can comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And then also I have another video that I'm filming soon, which is my like millennial money video, which is gonna be how like breaking down how I spend my money, talking about like numbers with you guys, like I spend X amount of money on rent and like actually say the amount that I spend. So I think it will be really interesting, and this is always a very nerve-wracking video to film because, you know, whenever you talk about money or finances, it's a sensitive topic for a lot of people. People can make really incorrect assumptions about you or they judge you differently, so I hope that all the comments in the video are positive, and yeah, I just ask that you keep it nice down there. I am gonna be filming my 10 streams of income. What? Like, I have like 7 main streams, and then 3 of them are kind of ones that I'm going to include to give you guys inspiration on how to diversify your income, but I don't rely on this money. So I'm gonna break it down with all the streams of income that I have, and then also the percentage. So I won't be telling you the exact amount, but I will be telling you the percentage. This is how I make 6 figures by the age of 24. Now let's get into it. So the first way that I make money is through brand deals and sponsorships. This is going to be on YouTube and on Instagram. So I include YouTube and Instagram in this because this is any time I get a brand deal or a sponsor. This is when a company will reach out to me and ask me to promote their product, promote their brand, and talk about it for X amount of times in the video or X amount of minutes, and then they will pay me a flat fee. So this isn't based on views, this isn't based on really like how well the video does. It's just, here we'll give you, let's say, $1,000 to talk about this product, and it could be a flop video or it could be a great video. At the end of the day, I'm still getting paid $1,000. That is what a brand deal is, and a sponsorship. Same with Instagram. Hey, post a picture with this, post a story, and then we'll pay you this much money. I do quite a bit of brand deals. I always do it with the brands that I truly love, and I have a whole video, actually I have 2 whole videos all about like the truth about influencers, and then a more specific video about the truth about brand deals where I actually get into numbers, brand deals that I've turned down, the biggest brand deal that I've gotten, things like that, giving you guys a range, and it is really interesting and really transparent. So I'm gonna have those linked down below for you guys because I don't want to get into it here. But brand deals and sponsorships are about 40% of my income. So this is definitely the biggest chunk of my income. I do still heavily rely on sponsors, and I'm very grateful for that. But eventually, I hope when I make this video next year, I can say that my agency is 40% of my income. But as of now, with YouTube, brand deals are still 40% of my income. I am just really fortunate that I do have that stream of income though, and yeah, it's a huge percentage. Brand deals are always going to be way more than AdSense. My second stream of income is AdSense. This still has to do with YouTube, and if you guys are curious, I actually have 2 videos on AdSense on my channel. One of them is how much I made literally from the day I started YouTube to sometime I think in 2018, maybe 2019. I think it's 2018. And then another video is what I made in 2019, like the complete total of what I made in 2019 and comparing it to the previous years. I talk real numbers, I have screenshots from my analytics, it's really informative, and I talk all about how to build your AdSense, like how to increase it and what it is and why things fluctuate, and it's really I feel like it's a really informative piece. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll also have that down below, but that accounts for about 25% of my income. So AdSense is still a huge part of my income, and YouTube in general is such a big part of my income. That is why I say that I am a full-time YouTuber, because majority of it comes from YouTube, and AdSense is always going to be a little bit less than brand deals for me personally, because who is screaming outside? But yeah, AdSense will always be a little bit lower, but I'm really glad that I do make such a substantial amount on my AdSense. I'm very grateful for that, and I know that my CPM and my AdSense rates are sometimes higher than others, and that's why I am so beyond grateful. Since accounts for about 25% of my income, so if we're looking at YouTube in general, 65% of my income comes from YouTube alone and Instagram because of sponsors. So that's pretty crazy that 65% of my income is basically all on my social media platforms, and you'll see my other streams of income also have to do with social media, but this amount is like strictly like just my social media platforms, and you can definitely make a lot of money just by doing YouTube and Instagram and all of that stuff, which I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much money you can make by being an influencer. And I'm here to kind of start the conversation of money on the internet. I know other people definitely talk about it too, but I feel like not enough. And I want to make it transparent. You definitely can make a lot of money being an influencer, and that's why I think you see people like buying nice houses, living in nice apartments, moving to expensive cities, and you probably wonder, how do they do that? It's just a lot of money in the influencer marketing industry. The next part of my income is actually something that I feel like most of you wouldn't have thought about, and it's actually content for other brands. So I actually have been approached a lot this year, especially in quarantine, to create content for other brands. I have a variety of different brands that have sent me product and asked me just to take pictures in it and to send back like 15 photos, or to do a video for a promotional post that they're doing, or to create a video for their channels and for it to live on their channels. And that actually takes up about 10% of my income. I was calculating it this morning and I was like, I didn't realize it takes up that much of a percentage of my income, but I think especially during quarantine, production sets are not going on. There's not like these huge photo shoots that are happening. So a lot of companies are actually reaching out to influencers since they have the ability to create content in the comfort of their own home, and they're asking them to just take the photos. I have been the model in a lot of pictures. I have been the photographer in some photos. It's mainly me like modeling with the stuff though, and then I don't have to post anything for it. So I don't have to post on my Instagram, I don't have to post on YouTube at all. I just send them back the content and then they use it for all of their own social media platforms. I actually do make quite a bit from that, and it's definitely gone up significantly since quarantine, and that has been about 10% of my income this year, which is honestly crazy. And again, I am so grateful for that, but I thought that was interesting to point out that it's not just brand deals and sponsors. Also, influencers do have a job to create content for other brands if they have that opportunity, and that's something that I'm super grateful to have, and I'm so happy whenever brands reach out to me for that, because to me it's something that I really enjoy doing, and it's not really I'm not like taking up a sponsorship on my channel, or I'm not taking up a sponsorship on my Instagram. So if you guys are actually on YouTube, on Instagram, and you work with brands, you might as well reach out to them, ask them if they need any content that they need to shoot for their own social medias, and reach out and ask if they are willing to send you some stuff to take product shots or to be the model for it. You'd be surprised about the brands that say yes, and you know what, it doesn't hurt to ask. The worst that they'll say is no, or they won't respond, but you might get an extra source of income through it, and I highly suggest it. Because if you think about it, a brand charges for a photographer, they charge a model, they charge the location, they have to pay for all of that when they're shooting content. So if they just send it to an influencer, they're actually saving a lot of money, because they're pretty much charging me for like the photographer and the model, but I'm not charging as much as, let's say, a professional photographer or professional model. And I'm also getting like lifestyle shots and different content and having like a different eye for it. So it actually saves the brand money, and it's a really great way for brands, I think, to now build their social media platform. So I think it's actually a very up and coming thing, and even past quarantine we're gonna see a lot more of this, so it's definitely something to look out for. And my next source of income is my agency and my consultations. This is actually another 10% of my income, and I am so happy to say that because I've only started it less than a year ago. I include my consultations in this because I am still doing consultations with clients that I've already had. I'm just not taking on any new clients. And then my agency, I have brands that are clients where I am kind of like the middleman for influencers and like the brand itself, like the company, and I'm the one making like the influencer marketing campaigns, and then I also help with PR. So I'm pitching other people to podcasts, pitching them to social media accounts, and kind of running PR for like founders or influencers themselves. So I kind of combine my agency and consultations all in one, and that makes up for about 10% of my income. And my goal is to make that be 40% of my income in the next year. I would love to increase that revenue stream. That's definitely something I'm going for, but I'm just so freaking grateful that it's already 10% of my income when I just started it less than a year ago. But I know that it is because of my social media platform. So again, this goes back to you. I have to thank you guys for this, but that's just crazy that that's already 10%, and I'm really excited to continue growing that in the future. And if you guys don't know what that is, I do own Barbu Agency. You guys can check it out down below. It's an influencer marketing agency, PR agency all in one, and it's a little different than any other PR marketing agency. I'm kind of trying to use it as an educational resource as well for brands and influencers, both to kind of work together seamlessly and to understand each other more, because this industry is really new and I've worked with a lot of brands that I feel like they don't know what they're doing that much yet, and then I've also talked to a lot of influencers that are so confused navigating the business side of things, so I kind of want to make it a resource for that as well. So you guys can follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram. I post a lot of like tips and blog posts and really cool graphics that will hopefully help you understand the industry a little more, but that is something that I'm excited that it is growing, and I hope for that to be my main source of income in the next year. And my next one kind of goes along with the agency consultations, but if you guys don't know, I phased out one-on-one consultations with like new clients, and I'm eventually going to phase them out like completely, but as of now I'm only with my like previous clients and my like recurring clients. But I did start a Patreon, so I phased it out to kind of introduce my Patreon, which I only charge $3 or $6 a month depending on the tier, and you're gonna get a bunch of social media tips, personal branding tips, influencer business tips on there. And I just thought it was a really great way for me to kind of reach way more people and then charge less, because before my consultations were about $100 for one consultation, and so now I'm actually able to reach way more people for a very affordable price. I feel like $6 for the most expensive tier is pretty affordable. It's like an expensive coffee here in the city, so I hope that that has been a helpful resource. That is actually how I make another 5% of my income, which is pretty crazy. So 5% of my income comes from my Patreon. I'm hoping for that to grow. It's growing more every single week, which is really exciting, but I just want to reach a lot of people with that, because I feel like there's just a lot of cool things that I'm doing on there. I feel like I'm helping people out with like tips and stuff like that. I'm responding to every single message I get on there, and then I'm also like interviewing really cool people in the industry so that it's not just my voice, because I feel like I might not know everything, but having more voices on there will help. So I'm interviewing other people on there and putting that content to live on the Patreon. So that is actually a 5% of my income, which is really nice, and I'm just really thankful for platforms like that that kind of let creators have their own independence, I guess, because YouTube, you know, the AdSense can fluctuate, brand deals they can fluctuate, but Patreon is a pretty consistent way of making revenue every single month. Number 6, my 6th stream of income is my podcast. So if you guys don't know, I do have a podcast called The Real Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen, and I actually also started uploading the videos to YouTube. So if you guys actually want to watch the podcast, you guys can watch it on YouTube now. But yeah, I started that about a year and 3 months ago, and this is something that I actually want to increase. So I am not making that much money on my podcast. I feel like people that have had their podcast as long as I have are making a lot more money, even with about the same number of listeners. They're just like getting more ads, they're getting more brand deals, and I've been pretty like slacking on it. I think it's because I really haven't focused too much time and energy into getting ads on my podcast, but that's something I'm gonna try to increase. So I know that I can be making more given my listenership, so I'm trying to reach out to more brands to sponsor my podcast. But being totally transparent with you, it's something that I should be making more on given like the numbers of everything and what I know about like other people and what they're making. So this is something that is only 5% of my income, but I'm hoping to increase it to maybe like 10 or 20%, because I think that's where it should be. But I feel like I just haven't really spent time on it. And I used to use Anchor as my host, and now I moved on to Red Circle, and I'm actually not making really any money on Red Circle. So if things don't look up in the next like 2 months, then I think I'm gonna switch back to Anchor. So I've gotten a lot of questions on like Anchor or Red Circle, and I will let you guys know what I decide to do. I keep you guys updated every step of the way, but yeah, as of now, I still prefer Anchor. But I had a meeting with the Red Circle team, and they said I should start seeing more brand deals come August. So I'll let you guys know what I think about that, because I was making more money on Anchor. But that's just something I want to be transparent with you guys. Again, I think I should be making more, but as of now, that is 5% of my income. And then the 7th source of income, which this is going to be the last main source of income, is affiliate marketing. So basically what affiliate marketing is when I link something, but it's not sponsored, I'm not being paid to link it, and I get paid for it. So basically what it is if I link the camera that I'm using, hey guys, I use the Canon EOS M50, you guys can check it out down below. I'll have the link for it. I'm gonna use an affiliate link. And my affiliate links are from Amazon, Magic Links, and Reward Style. And what that does is that if you click on that link and you buy anything, whether it's the item that you clicked on or something else, I get a commission of what you purchased. So let's say you use my link to see what camera I have, and then you realize that you actually need like some Tupperware from Amazon. I don't know why that's like the first thing that came to my head, but let's say you're about to buy some Tupperware from Amazon, but you use my Amazon link to like search Tupperware. I'm gonna get a percentage of the Tupperware even though you guys clicked on the camera link. So it actually tracks, like it has a cookie tracking where it sees what you purchased using my original link that led you to the site, and then I get commission off of that. This is not a huge percentage, but it is about 5% of my income as well, and it's just nice because anytime you guys ask me where something is from, I can always link it and then potentially get commission if you guys purchase it. And it's no extra cost to you. You guys are not paying for any, like you guys are not like paying for anything or like paying any extra for this affiliate link. It's just a percentage for me, and it's a very, very small percentage, but at the end of the day, it's a really great source of passive income. And also, I know for Magic Links and Reward Style, it's mainly fashion sites and more like lifestyle sites, I feel like, and you do get commission off of there, but you do have to apply to be a part of it. One thing that I recommend is for everyone to sign up for Amazon Associates. You don't need to have a following at all, and you guys can start making money off of Amazon. So if you guys want to join that, you guys can join it. But yeah, just want to let you guys know. And if you guys did want to apply for Magic Links or Reward Style, I'm also going to have the application down below so that you guys can apply for that, because you never know. I mean, it's always just a great extra source of income. If you guys have ever purchased anything from any of those links down below, thank you. But yeah, that's definitely another source of income. It's not the biggest source, but at the end of the day, 5% is still 5%, and that's pretty nice. And then I wanted to talk about 3 other sources of income that are pretty random. I don't rely on them. I did not include them in the percentage, but I thought that they were still important to note. So the first one is the stock market. I do invest in the stock market. I have a financial advisor, and then I also use the app called Robinhood. I love Robinhood. I think it's such a great app. You guys can definitely check it out, and if you guys use my link, you guys get a free stock, and then I get a free stock. So it works out. I have been investing quite a bit in the stock market, but I also haven't taken anything out of the stock market yet. So I haven't actually seen the money or made the money, and I could lose it anytime, I guess, but I have been investing a lot more in the stock market, and so I do want to consider that a stream of income because I have grown a lot. Whenever I look at Robinhood or whenever I look at like the portfolio my financial advisor sends me, I'm like, this is pretty nice. So one day I will be making a lot of money in there, hopefully, but as of now, I haven't really like actually seen it in my bank account. The next thing is Skillshare classes. I have done a few of those. I think I did one this year that had a ton of students in it. So I did make, I think, around like $600 in that. So I want to include that always. I always want to include any source of income that I have. I don't do these frequently, so I'm not going to rely on it. And I never like rely on this income, but I do want to count like me speaking in front of people and doing classes like that, because that is still a source of income. And if I did more of those, I know that that could be in one of the percentages. So I think it's pretty cool that I have the ability now, even remotely, to like teach a class online and get paid for it, and that's honestly such a huge perk. And then the last source of income, which is pretty small, and I just wanted to include it to kind of give you guys inspiration for ways to make extra cash, is selling my clothes. I sell my clothes probably like once a month, honestly, maybe every season we can say, but I use ThredUp and Buffalo Exchange, but lately because of the pandemic, I've just been using ThredUp because you just get a free bag, you fill up this bag with clothing, and then you drop it off at the post office. And I will say you do not make a lot of money on ThredUp. You really don't. They really do like give you the bare minimum, but it's just easier when you're cleaning out your closet than like actually selling it on Poshmark or Depop. And then I don't know if Buffalo Exchange is open right now during a pandemic, but just to be safe, instead of going to an actual store, I just drop it off at the post office and done. And then they send you like a Visa gift card or something, so I don't even think you see that money in your bank account. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they send you a Visa gift card. But yeah, I wanted to include that in case any of you guys needed inspiration on other ways to make money. All right, guys, that is all my streams of income. Obviously, this is going to change as my like career changes, as I navigate life more, as I build my agency, things are going to change. I also wanted to note that as someone who works for myself and has my own company, I have to pay taxes like myself. It's nothing, like none of these taxes are taken out for me. So I do file my taxes quarterly, and I do have to take out my taxes, which really sucks, like whenever you pull that money out of your account. So yeah, you do have to pay taxes on everything. Obviously, every single thing that I mentioned, I pay taxes on. And then also, I did want to make this video not to brag at all. I don't want to be like, ooh, my 6-figure salary. I want to inspire you guys to diversify your income streams, and I want to be transparent on the internet with what I make, how I make it, and all that stuff, because I know that you guys enjoy that. So I hope the comments are kind. I hope that you realize how important it is to diversify your income streams. It's seriously so freaking important, because like I said, if I lose, let's say I lose all my AdSense, that's only 25%. 25% is a lot, don't get me wrong, but it is not my entire livelihood. And same with just like YouTube and Instagram. YouTube and Instagram is 65% of my income. Is that a lot? Absolutely. If I lost that, would I financially struggle? 1,000,000,000%, especially because so many of them kind of lead up to that. But I do want to stress the importance of diversifying your income, especially if you work for yourself. But even if you don't, even if you have like a traditional 9-to-5, I think we've all seen how easily you could lose that job now, how easily it is to get furloughed or to be laid off or to have a budget cut and to get a salary cut. So I think it's just really important to diversify your income streams, and whether that's on social media or not is up to you, but it is such a great way to use the internet as a way to diversify it. So I would love to know your income streams down below. If you guys have any ideas, if you guys have any thoughts on anything, I'd love to know. But really just educate yourself on ways to make money, because it's just going to save you a headache in the long run, and you just want to keep it diverse. You know, you want to have a diverse way of living, because you don't just want to put all your eggs in one basket and rely on one thing. And I hope that if this video taught you anything, inspired you for anything, that it's that you need to have a diverse set of income. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to know. And then if you guys want to see any more financial videos, let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye guys!